Second. Hello, everybody. Happy Friday Eve day to everybody. Happy St. Patrick's Day. You guys, this is so funny. I literally came in here to do this live and turned on the cameras and everything, was checking the lighting and the angles, and I realized I'm wearing green. I swear. Blonde girl here, a little slow on the uptake. It's St. Patrick's Day. Happy accident, right? Okay. We've got Facebook right here on my computer. We've got Instagram up here. So glad to see you guys live. I don't know where you are, but it's a beautiful day here, and it is doing all kinds of things for my soul. A sunny day makes me feel like anything is possible, right? Okay, so I'm going to be adding this to my YouTube channel also. So YouTubers, great to see you as always. If you're catching this on Facebook, I want you to go to StreamYard.com/Facebook and give permission for StreamYard to use your name when you comment so I can see who you are. Otherwise, it just says Facebook user, and that's kind of a Debbie Downer. And Instagrammers, I am screen recording, so I'm going to be able to see any of the questions that you've got, any of the comments that you have. DM me if you want to, if you've got questions about today's training. So today we are going to talk about podcasts and how they are an excellent strategy for growing your audience, increasing the visibility of your business, getting you and your message, your product, your service out there into the world so that people know who you are, what you do, what you offer, and they can buy from you. But first, I want to introduce myself. If you're new to me and I'm new to you, I'm Tracy Beavers. I am your business and sales coach, and my passion is helping you, the small business owner, solopreneur, build the business of your dreams, gain the income that you seek, and have some flexible freedom and time for your family or time to travel along the way, whatever you want to do, time to breathe. All of that is possible. I know as an entrepreneur, it sounds like it's not, but I work with my clients to create a roadmap of very clear action steps, all laid out, easy to follow, so they can build their business with ease. They know exactly what they're doing every day, and they save their sanity. So if you're interested in what we can accomplish together in private coaching, reach out to me. Let's talk about it. Let's have a free information call. Your success is always my priority. I always have my clients on my mind. So talking about options for coaching, if several private one-to-one sessions, you don't feel like that's for you, I have some other options. I've got a 90-minute laser-focused intensive we could do a 3-hour strategy. Just let's connect and figure out what your business needs so we can get you where you want to go. And if you're live, give me some hearts, give me some love. If you're catching by replay, awesome. Do #replay. Just leave me a comment because I always love to see them. And don't forget, throw your questions in the chat or DM me your questions, and we can get everything covered for you. Today's topic, podcasts, how to leverage these to grow your visibility for your business, grow your audience, get more ears, more eyes on your offers so that you can make more sales. You guys, podcasts are all the rage. And they are so much fun. And full disclosure, I was a little slow to the podcast party. I mean, I really was. But I love them so much that I turned off the very expensive Sirius XM radio in my car. I don't need it. So I'm saving money and I'm entertaining myself, but I don't need it. Between podcasts and audiobooks, I'm covered. So there's an added benefit. You might be able to save some money if you start listening to podcasts. With any strategy that is organic, like this one, like podcasts, like collaborations, because I did that collaboration last week with my friend Wendy. We've talked about how these are longer strategies. They're not going to be a one and done overnight success. These take consistency. They take time and consistency. But once you get going, there's going to be this tipping point where your world is going to blow right open and things are going to start flowing like crazy. And it is so much fun to watch. It's been fun for me to watch it in my business, and it's fun for me to watch it in my clients' businesses as well. And you're going to be reaching a global audience with a podcast, you guys, not only when the episode airs, but anytime someone finds that podcast and starts listening. So it's not like social media where it may last 24 hours and who knows if anybody's really going to see it anyway. This is kind of a permanent thing. It's an interview. It's something that is global, that lasts a long time. People could find this thing for years to come. So anytime you're being featured, you're being interviewed in a format like a podcast, you are establishing yourself as the expert, the authority, the person who knows the scoop on your subject matter, right? So it's great. It's a great way to showcase yourself. It is excellent attraction marketing. And we talk about attraction marketing. I am into attraction marketing, that pull strategy where you are, instead of pushing your offer at somebody like those TV commercials do and radio commercials, they're push, 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 buy my stuff, come see us, buy a car, financing, blah, 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 right? That's push, push, push. I teach pull strategies, attraction strategies, where I can establish myself as the expert, and the people that are attracted to me and my message will come to me. It does. That is what's grown my business. So this podcasting is a great way to use that attraction marketing to share your knowledge and your expertise so that your audience will easily see that you have the solution to their problem. You're the expert. You can help them. And the other thing I love, there's so many things I love about podcasts, but this is huge. And we've talked about this before. Video is so powerful. Audio is so powerful. Remember, I did a training on that where I think it was video is king and audio is queen. And we talked about how that is the best way to let people actually feel you, who you are, what you stand for, your warmth, your kindness, your humor, your face, your smile, all the things, right? We can convey so much more in our messaging with video and audio, and podcasting does that for you. You're using your face, your voice, your emotions. And some podcasts are video, they're shot with video. Some are audio only. Both are powerful. You just need to ask the podcast host which format they use so you're ready. There is nothing more powerful when it comes to marketing as the human voice to make that deep connection, right? If you were going to write a magazine article or an email or a blog, publishing words on paper, that's good. It's better than nothing. But like we talked about, think about the power of people listening to you, hearing you, and feeling like they know you. That's the important part. They start to feel like they could be your friend. Like you could be somebody they would want to have coffee with. And what happens there is that deepens that connection between the two of you, and it makes that trust factor happen faster. And we've talked about how the key to sales is the know, like, and trust factor. So people are getting, through podcasts, people are getting to know you. They're getting to know that they like you. They like your personality. They like your message. They like your delivery. And then because they're hearing your voice and seeing your face, they feel like they know you on a deeper level, and they feel like they can trust you, and they will want to be part of your world. When you've got an opportunity to inexpensively gain a new audience like this, take it. Most podcast hosts let you come on their show for free. I've never paid to be on a podcast, and I think that's really cool. And the only other way that you can reach hundreds and thousands of people on a global scale like you would with a podcast is through paid ads. And I'm not against paid ads. I maybe, I don't know, try paid ads again later down the road. But my experience with those was not good. I didn't actually reach the people I wanted to reach, and I spent lots and lots of money, and it just was a fail. So this strategy is one of the strategies I've used over the years to grow my business and my income. So you're probably thinking, okay, Tracy, this is awesome, but I don't know where to get started. You guys, there are tons of great ways to find podcasts to be on, but I'm going to make it super easy for you. I'm going to give you the easiest, simplest way that I found to get started. Jump in. You can do this today. Stick your toe in the water. Facebook groups. Now, Instagrammers, I know you're like, I don't want to be on Facebook. Okay, I get it. But here's the thing. Facebook groups is a strategy I teach, and you guys, you're missing out. You don't have to be on Facebook 24/7, but I'm telling you, there are groups out there where you can connect with people to be on their podcast. You can connect with your ideal clients. So we need to get on the Facebook train. Okay, so what you want to do is there are tons of free Facebook groups that have both podcast hosts and people that want to be guests on podcasts like me and you in the group. And the host, here's the thing, it's a win-win for both people because the hosts want to find great guests easily, right, and quickly, and look at their Facebook profile and see, like they would click on my name. If I say I want to be a guest, they can easily see what kind of person I am. They can go to my website. They can easily see the content that I have. They can easily get an idea from me. It's so much faster for the podcast host. So that's why they're in those groups. And then it's great for people that want to be guests on podcasts because it's free. And because you can connect with a lot of other really great people. And here's the other fun part. It's basically networking. And there's this this byproduct of that where, I might not be a guest for somebody that posts that needs guests to talk about nutrition and wellness. That's not my thing. But I might connect with that person who's the podcast host. It may end up that they need help in their business. They need organic strategies for visibility, and I could be their coach. You guys just never know. So it's a total win-win for everybody that's in the group. So you can find these super easily. You can go to Facebook. In the search bar, you're going to search for groups. Just put in the word podcast and see what comes up. Some of them, there's one that I'm in that's women only. Sorry, guys. There's another one I'm in that is my favorite, and it's podcast collaboration. I think it's find a guest, be a guest is the way it works. That one is free. She has a paid membership version too. I'm not getting any money from her for this, but I think it's great. It's very inexpensive per month to be in the group, and you get to network with the other people in an actual networking format. So kind of went off on a tangent with that, but check the rules of the group to make sure that when you post, you do it in the right format. Like in the find a guest, be a guest one, you're going to want to put hashtag be a guest. And then if you are not in the paid membership, there's only certain times, how many times a week you can do that. But check out the rules, dive in, stick your toe in the water, and post about how you can add value to that podcast for that host. Because hosts want to bring value to their listeners. That's the what's in it for them. Why do they want to have you as a guest? Because you're going to bring value to what they're doing. So, and the other thing is podcasters know other podcasters. So when you're an excellent guest, they could refer you to their friends who have podcasts, and that opens up another door. That's happened to me. I was on a podcast. It was awesome. She loved it. And she referred me to another gal who has a podcast. So you just never know where these things are going to go. It's really awesome. When you are brand new to being a podcast guest, my best advice is start with the smaller shows. I was having this conversation with a client of mine the other day. She said, I really think I want to be on podcasts, but I don't know how to pitch myself, and I don't know how to find the people that run these big podcasts where I can get the most visibility. And I was like, don't start there. Don't start there. You guys, Carrie Underwood started in church singing before she got to the big stage. Okay. If she had started on the big stage, it would have been a disaster. You've got to get in there, get some smaller shows under your belt, practice, kind of get your groove, get your mojo, and get the hang of it. That's my best advice. So these Facebook groups are a great place to find people to get your feet wet. You're going to want to do a few shows before you even think about going to pitch Joe Rogan. I mean, you know what I mean? He's not a good fit for me, but anyway, my son loves him. Completely different training for a completely different time. The other thing is with this practice, you're going to get in your groove. Like I said, you're going to get to realize what's your best subject matter. A lot of these podcast hosts will ask you kind of how you want the conversation to go. Sometimes they'll flat out say, what do you want me to ask you? Because they want it to be of benefit to you too. And you're going to figure out how your audio sounds, what headphones you need to use. There was my very first podcast I was on. I didn't realize I needed to shut down on my computer all of the things that ding, like the Voxer and the Google Calendar and the Facebook and all the little notifications I had going off. And I was like, I was really embarrassed. She was real sweet about it, but she was like, I heard a lot of dinging on your end. And I'm like, oh, great. That's just fabulous. But anyway, look for shows that have your ideal client as the audience. Okay. Obvi, right? Some of these are obvious, like a podcast about business or marketing or sales or organic strategies. That's my jam. Clear. No brainer. That's one I want to talk to. But some of them are not obvious. So you've got to open up your mind a little bit and think about who they're talking to. One podcast I was on the face of it, it didn't look like it was going to be a good fit. She reached out to me and she said, I have a podcast for midwives and doulas. And I was thinking, I've never been a midwife. I don't know anything about that. But what she explained was her audience is asking for help with sales and marketing, and her clients want help with sales and marketing to learn how to run their businesses better. So on the face of it, it didn't look like this was going to be a good fit at all. But it was a great fit because her audience wanted a business coach. And here I am, right? And like I said, most hosts will send you the questions that they want to talk through. Some will ask, what do you want to talk about? You're going to want to make sure before you start this process, your website looks good. It is on point. your Facebook profile is on point, your business page is on point, your Instagram handle is on point, because these hosts are going to go check you out. And you want to make sure that when they click on your Facebook personal profile, as an example, and I preach this, and y'all have heard me say this a million times, if I go to your Facebook personal profile and I click on your about section and it says no workplaces to show, I'm like, what is happening? You've got to tell me what you do and who you are. And so when they go to start hunting and pecking and searching and getting curious, you got to have all that stuff lined out. And sometimes it's the host's admin or assistant that's reaching out to you. They're going to want your headshot. Doesn't have to be fancy. It could be a selfie. They're going to want, sometimes they ask the questions that you want to talk about. Like I said, they're going to want your short bio. So you're going to want to have all that stuff kind of ready. And think about what you might like to promote. Okay, so let's talk about that for a second, because, oh, hold on, before I go there, ask them their timeline on recording and when the episode's going to air. I learned this. This was interesting to me. I just thought, when I started out, because I didn't know anything, I just thought that they recorded the podcast and it aired like the next week. Magic, right? No, that's not the way it works. Now, some of them do, because they're quick on production and they're ready to go. But a lot of podcasts, there's a delay. So like you might record it next week, but it might not actually air for a couple of months or more. There was a podcast I was on last June. She reached out to me in June. Let me correct that. She reached out to me in June. We didn't record it until September, because that was how long her wait list was. And then it didn't air until November. So that was a long waiting period. And so going back into the promotion thing, these podcasts can benefit you, because if you have a launch coming up, a masterclass, a challenge, if you have a promotion in your store, if you have something seasonal, something that you want to highlight, they're going to ask you, first of all, at the end of the episode, they're going to ask you, how can people get in touch with you? And again, you're going to want to have your website on point, your personal profile on point. You're going to want to be able to say, they can reach me on my Instagram handle at Tracy Beavers Coaching, or they can find me on Facebook, Tracy Beavers, or go to my website, tracybeavers.com. Think through what's your best way for them to connect with you, and the easiest way for them to connect with you. So think through that, make sure that looks good. And then some podcast hosts will allow you to promote yourself. Some won't. You need to ask what their rules are. But a lot of times, the ones I've been on are so gracious. They're always like, how can people connect with you? And do you have anything exciting coming up? And that's where you're going to want to think through, have asked them, when are we recording and when will it air? Because, like, for example, if I were going to record a podcast next week and they said to me, this will probably air in September, I'm planning to launch my masterclass, the one that's coming up in April, again in September. And so that would be a great place for me to say, I have a masterclass coming up in September. It's tracybeavers.com/masterclass. Or, if you don't have anything going on at that time, think through, some of you have lead magnets where you're gathering, you're giving free guides and free videos to people to build your email list. So just think through that. And once it's ready, ask them are they going to send you the marketing assets for it so you can promote it on your end? This is so important. It's kind of a great big thank you to that host. If you say to them, hey, I want to promote this on my end, I want to make sure my team and I are ready to do that. Would you send me the link to the episode? Would you send me the graphics that you've created for it? And let me know when it's going to air, when it drops, so that I can promote it on my end. And the other thing you can do with this, you guys, max this thing out. Have a media tab on your website, put all of your podcasts there, all the podcasts you've been a guest host on. And a lot of times they'll give you backlinks on their side to your website, which helps your SEO. See how all this flows together? And then the other thing you can do, if you have a YouTube channel like I do, my podcast episodes that I've been a guest on are all on my YouTube channel. It's just one more way for people to listen to me, get value from what I'm doing, and connect with me so they feel like they know, like, and trust me. Let me look through my notes here really quick, because I know we're going kind of long today, but this was so important. Okay, we talked about how you need to max it out. We talked about having your offer ready, your website ready, your Facebook profile ready. And again, I'm going to tell you another cool thing. Okay, and then I'll wrap this up, right? So like I talk about all the time with these collaborations and these networking and these people that you're meeting, you're never going to know where this leads. So I just want to tell you that my current business coach, I found her through a podcast episode. She was a guest on a podcast that I was listening to. I thought she was amazing. I loved what she was teaching. I felt like I could really connect with her. And I could tell she had a great sense of humor, and I could tell she didn't take herself too seriously. And I could tell she really cared about what she was teaching and her clients. Now, I followed her for about 6 months after that, but I hired her, and she's amazing. But I found her because of a podcast episode. And my friend Vince Warnock, he has a podcast. We connected through the podcast Collab Club. We met. I like him. He likes me. He's down in New Zealand. He's amazing. He's got a great accent. But he is helping me write a book. He's going to help me be a best-selling author. And I found him through this group and from being on his podcast. So let's recap really fast. Be consistent. You want to practice. You want to be prepared. You want to use this as a pull strategy to attract your clients to you. You are being featured as an expert, showcasing your knowledge. Can't think of a better way to attract people to you than doing that. You're using your face, your voice, and that deepens that trust connection. You're easily and inexpensively, which I like, growing your audience. So start with smaller shows like we talked about to get your feet wet, get experience, find your groove before you start trying to get into the big shows. And be prepared with your bio, your headshot, some questions you want to ask, some key things that if they say, what are 3 key strategies to blah, 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 you want to be ready because you may need those. And then you want to show up on time, and you want to ask when it's going to air and think through how you could best use this to promote what you've got going on at the time it's going to air. So I hope that this has all helped you. I hope it's inspired you to get out there and maybe get on some podcasts because they are all the rage and everybody's listening to them. All the cool kids are doing it. So we have to do it, right? Just kidding. But now I've got something really exciting that I want to share with you. And some of you already know about it and you've already signed up, and I'm so excited. I've already got like 20 people signed up for this masterclass. It's so much fun. I am doing a masterclass on April 6th at 11 a.m. Central Time. It'll be in the Facebook group, so you have to be in the group. And in this masterclass, I'm going to be talking about the visibility strategies that I have used over the last 6 years to grow 3 successful businesses and double my income in just 2 months' time. So if you are wanting to add $2,000 revenue to your monthly income, this masterclass is going to be for you. If you're making between $0 and $3,000 a month, this masterclass is going to be for you. I'm going to be telling you about my new online course and my group coaching program that you can be a part of. And we're going to be talking about those strategies in that masterclass. The program is called Business Visibility Made Easy, a step-by-step system to gain new clients without paid ads. You guys know I'm all about organic and no paid ads. And so if you feel like your business isn't growing like it could be, you're not signing on new clients like you want, you're not selling your services and your products like you know you could be, you're feeling invisible. This world is noisy and you're feeling invisible. Everybody's marketing their stuff and your messaging is not coming through. And you want clear strategies to cut straight through the noise. This is for you. I want you to go to tracybeavers.com/masterclass and sign up. My awesome assistant, Jill, who I could not do anything without, she's going to put a link in the comments on Facebook and on Instagram. We could try to put the link, but I don't think it'll work. Go to my bio. In my bio, you'll see tracybeavers.com/resources. It's going to be the first button right underneath my picture to sign up for the masterclass. tracybeavers.com/masterclass. It is going to be epic, super eye-opening, and impactful because there are strategies that you may know about, but you don't know the deep reasons to use them, the deep methods of using them, the ones that are actually going to work. So, as I say every week, don't go it alone. This entrepreneurship thing is hard. It's a freaking roller coaster. Some days, everybody wants to know your name and they think you're amazing. And then other days, it's like, where is everybody? Why isn't anybody buying my stuff? Right? And if you think you guys are alone, you're not. You are not. And you're doing, my friend Vince Warnock says, and I love this, at the end of every podcast episode, he says, you are doing what a small percentage of the people, a large percentage of the people in the world will not do. You're doing something really hard and really amazing, and you need to remind yourself of that. So if you think you're alone, you're not. We got you. I'm here for you. And go sign up for the masterclass. I want you to have a great balance of the week and weekend, a great St. Patrick's Day, drink a green drink, pinch somebody that's not wearing green. No, don't do that. That's not nice. Have a great rest of the day, a great balance of the week and a weekend. And when one of us rises, we all rise, right? So collaboration over competition and cheering each other on. That is the way to build this business and be successful. Okay, I'm going to check the chat really fast. Oh my gosh, so many people are here. So great. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Angela, Jill's here. I got some hearts. Oh, yes, you become a familiar presence in someone's life. I don't know who said that because it says Facebook user, but being a guest on a podcast, you become a familiar presence, or having your own podcast. That's even better. You're so right. It is that connection we make with actors and actresses in a movie, TV show, etc. Yes. So yes, exactly. Gonna watch the replay later. Carrie, awesome. Do you have any group recommendations? Yes. So in the training I went over, go into Facebook. That's the best way to get started. There's probably a million different ways to find podcasts. Every podcast has an email address where you can email them directly if you want to. But for me, the way I just dove in and got on 6 or 7 podcasts in a very short period of time was going into the Facebook group. And I'm pretty sure it's called podcast collaboration, find a guest, be a guest. I'm pretty sure that's what that's called. Angela Stanford. Yes, she has a Mindfulness Ladies podcast, social media workshop collaborations. Love it. And Angela, yes, get with Mary Stover. Y'all, I'm reading the comments. This is so much fun. Yep, Chad Hogue is here. Awesome. Yes, Angela, happy to come on sometime and share tips from a podcaster's perspective. I would love that, Angela. Totally taking her up on that collaboration. Dina, hey, great to see you on your radar. Awesome. I love it. Okay, you guys. So great to see everybody. Have a great rest of the day.